Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So guys, in this video we would be discussing more on the Salesforce concept. So today we are discussing about the master detail relationship. So we would be continuing with our um, playlist series. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and haven't yet um, visited this playlist, so I recommend you to go over this playlist because we are continuing in a regular fashion. So yeah, let's continue with our master detail relationship. So basically, what is a master detail relationship? And guys, before starting, I just recommend you all to take the notes of whatever is being taught because this would help you in revising the concepts. So let's get started then. So basically, master detail relationship can be termed as a parent-child relationship. Okay, so you can say that it is a parent-child relationship. This means that a child cannot exist without a parent. Okay, so that means if we delete the parent, we cannot access the child record as well. Simple terms, we can relate it to our life. So this is a basic parent-child relationship. So what happens here is the parent is called your master and the child relationship is called your detail. That means all the properties of the detail object are dependent on the master object. Okay, as well as everything that is related to the parent, that means it inherits the properties of the parent, that this child record would inherit the properties of this parent record. Okay, so in here master is the parent, detail is the child, and the relationship is one to many. Okay, because one parent can have many children and many children belong to one parent. Okay, so this is always a one to many relationship whenever we are talking about a master detail relationship. So now coming over to the sharing and security agenda. So as we discussed earlier, the existence of child is not without a parent. So if one cannot see the parent, that is one any profile is not having any access to the parent data, it cannot access the associated child records with that. Okay, so that is the meaning of the sharing and security agenda. And one thing to be remembered here is, see, we have standard objects and we have custom objects. So you just need to remember is that standard object cannot be placed on the many side object. Okay, standard object is always onto the one side object and custom object can be onto the many side object. Okay, there can also not be a condition that standard is on both standards or are on one and many side, like one in here and one in here. So this is also not possible. Your standard object can only be possible on the one side field. See, a simple logic can be made here is if we do like this, if we have a custom object and we are what we are doing is we are referring with a standard object. Suppose let us we can do that. So this was a standard object that we got from Salesforce and this custom object that we created on our own. So we can delete this object. So if we delete this object, this also gets deleted. So that would pose a problem. So that's why standard objects cannot be onto your many side field. It is always onto the one side field. I hope you understood till here the master detail relationship. I tried to keep it short and simple so that it would be easy for you all to understand. Okay, no worries if you didn't understood. We would be now working over the practical approach that how to create this. Okay. So this was what we created in our prior videos. So if you haven't watched, you could refer those because we created how to create apps and tabs. So this is what we created. Okay. So now go to the setup, and in here we are to create object for batch, because we are taking in here example of student and batch, because in one batch there can be many students and many students can refer to one batch. So this is a master detail relationship between batch is onto the one side object and your student is onto the many side object. Okay, so I would be creating an object batch. Object name would be batch, and data type would be auto number, display format, or let it be text only. And okay, leave everything as on there and just launch a new custom tab wizard. Save, and in here I would be giving a tab to my parent object. So my parent object is batch, so anything you can choose from here. So I would be choosing this one, and click next. I don't want to include any of the tabs. uh, Let me include in one of my tabs, that is student management system. Okay, that we created in our previous video. So in a batch, I would be creating a pick list first for the type of batch that college should have. So I would be entering my custom values, and we have discussed about the global pick list as well. So okay, so I created these fields, and next, next, and you have to add this into the page layout, that is the batch layout. And another field that you are gonna create is okay, in here only I would be just configuring my batch only. Now go to your student object that you created earlier. So this was your object that we created. So from here you would create a master detail relationship, because master detail relationship, when we create, so it first refers to the child. So if we are creating a master detail relationship on this object, that means this is the child object, and from here we are to refer our parent, and who is our parent is our batch. We do next, field label batch, and child relationship name would be students in batch. Child records can be reparented. So this is a concept of reparent, that if one parent get deleted, can that child be given to another parent, a kind of system of adoption system. So you could relate to that. But yeah, in the coming videos I would be demonstrating more about this when we would be working over the junction objects. So we would be working in that. So guys, our student in batch has been created, that is the master detail relationship with the batch has been created. So what we would do is, first we would refresh this. So our tab has been created, student and batch. So first we would be creating some batches. So what we created is, we created three batches. So in here the related list is students, that we got an option. In here what would be the name of the related child or the related list, so that we took as students. So what we would do is, now we would be going over to our students. We would be creating a new student from scratch. So I deleted the old students because they were not related to batch, because I wanted to demonstrate from the beginning, so that's why. I would be leaving another fields blank. But see, one thing to remember, see, our batch is coming in here and that is a mandatory field. So this student is a child and this batch is a parent. So this is for CSE students. Save a new. See, guys, so student has been created and the name, the age, gender, and I have left other fields as blank. But see, the batch in here is civil students. So you could see in here. Okay. The related list is empty for this because student is a child record and it is not the parent record. So that's why. But yeah, if you hover over to the batch for CSE students, like, so this was the batch name. But in here, if we do, so we could see the student in our related list. So that means it is the parent of the student and we could access the data from in here. Okay, what is the students, because it referred to our student page only. So this was the concept of your master detail relationship. One thing again to remember is that whenever you are creating a master detail relationship, you would go on to the child object and from there create a master detail relationship, because this would be refer to your parent. Okay, so sometimes we might get confused, so that's why. And I hope you understood this video. If you have any doubts in this video, you could comment down below and we would be happy to solve your doubts, guys. So thanks a lot and we would be meeting in the next video.